Capricorn, I'm hearing that finally there is a turn of the wheel in the direction in which you choose to go towards, where you are able to remove the clouds from your soul so that you are able to see and sense the need to be whole again within yourself. I don't intend to tell you how to remove the clouds, but I do think it's good to have a look and see what's going on here for you. This is the Arcana Veil. This is the Capricorn Collective. Rebirth, there you go. That speaks for itself. I heard the song finally. It's crazy. Anyway, authority, bouquet, promise of growth through the Aries collective. There's this movement taking place. There's the fire coming in. It's quickening your earthly frequency. I'm hearing once more. So you're going through a quickening process. Quickening is an alchemical term where silver becomes quicksilver. So you're stepping up a notch inside of your frequency. You're perfecting a frequency one step up from where you were before. It's like gold that becomes platinum gold, silver that becomes quicksilver. So it's not a full jump, but it's a higher level, higher frequency jump that you're going into right now. And finally, the frequency of your higher self is saying it's time to go through that rebirth process as we speak. See it as a bouquet of flowers, as an offering to you in this way, to authenticate your nature of who you are. We have dissolve, dissolution. See, this is exactly what I'm saying. You need to have the dissolution. You need to have the ash melt away through the waters of the emotions of the past so that you can rise up out of that. This is your path in your inner journey, that you're making a higher octave, a higher frequency octave. Octavius, octa, 8. 3 whole forces under the authority. Excellent. This is wonderful. I mean, look at where you're going. You're just launching off into the alchemical reality of your pathway. As above, so below. Forces, there's the 8. That's just come through here now. You're being led into a direction of your higher nature state where you are reclaiming that aspect of yourself. Then we have the stable forces here within this period of Aries. It's most likely because of Saturn being so prominent in the Capricorn placement. But remember, this is a collective reading, a Capricorn collective reading. So wherever Capricorn is stationed in your chart, that is where you will feel this frequency of something that's tuning you into a higher octave. It's pretty much like universe is touching the dial and turning you just a little bit so that you are ringing more truer to yourself. You're getting the help from that which is within through this process. And we have the 7 of coins here. So at the heart of the nature, we have as above, so below. A very powerful position to be in, where you are establishing a new way of thinking, a new way of setting things in place, where you are looking at what you've achieved, what you've accomplished. When you set your mind to it, you have the authority to carry that wisdom with you. This is the path, the pathway shapes the pathway forward, going into this process where you are aligning yourself to your higher self. So you are going through a very deep spiritual change. And when I say spiritual change, it doesn't mean you're going into a new religion. I'm saying you're going into a new development of your personal self, your higher self. You're having your dial set in the right way. I'm seeing in the Seven of Coins here what you've already got within you and what will take time to actually carry you forward, going into that place. So it's not like you're going to be without any financial stability on this path. For some of you, I'm seeing that you are going through a process that will require for you to stabilize that which comes through to you. So in other words, new work, new study, new alignment is taking place. So how do you implement that into your life? How do you make it work? How do you take that which is abstract in this reading and make it a reality for yourself? You let it come into your thoughts and you scrutinize what works by keeping mental notes on it. And then you pay attention to your dreams, and then you keep your dream journal. And so you will see how you are being guided. Everyone is guided all the time, at all times, and everyone receives messages all the time. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's in the subconscious that you are busy mining up, bringing out that which is in the unseen for you to be able to use, to utilize, because essentially the realm in itself is structured that it requires all of the things contained within itself. The garden has its own ecosystem, and therefore you're using your own ecosystem to sustain you, is basically what this is about. Some of you could be starting new gardens, veggie gardens, food gardens perhaps. That's brilliant because it says you can have a very good bouquet of outcome for that. Let's have a look and see for you here. We have the King of Wands underneath, the dissolve or dissolution. The energy saying that with all of that fire that burns away the old wood, out of that comes the ash that melts inside of the water, which causes steam to then rise up, which is actually spirit to come through. So this is the alchemical process of the path that you are taking, that you are in right now. You are being shaped. We have the Five of Wands here under the whole forces and authority, where you are establishing yourself as someone who is aware of what you're doing, your ability to be able to set new things in place, where you can make it clear to others that you are professional in your field. Some of you are going through that. There are others of you that are going through a process where you are learning to become aware of what the I'm going to say the common man says, or the layman says about, or dictates onto, or asserts as, and deciding whether it is actually really fulfillment for you on a deeper level or not. Okay. We have the Pope here, or the Hierophant underneath, which says, as above the bouquet of flowers in the mind, the thoughts, so below the forces of the Hierophant, which brings that frequency into the heart space. This is the heart space, remember? This is the past, and this is where you're going towards. And you set the path in place. We have the Judgment here, underneath stable forces. When you're having the right authority to be able to set the judgment in place of what it is that you choose to experience or to encounter as worthy of you, and what does not pertain to you. Judgment underneath here also suggesting that you have unseen support, help from perhaps beyond the veil, having people that are in the spirit that are supporting you as well, coming out and actually bringing in a clarity for you in your pathway forward. You needed to go through something to be able to refine your soul. Okay, too many, but I'll take them. Alright, so this one is the Six of Vessels, the man that is receiving the same experience as what I've just mentioned about the rebirth. If you can look here, we can just focus a little. There's a little dove over his head. Underneath is the fire, the makers of the fire, the thoughts, the ideas, the things that you're going through, the vessels, the droplets of the spirit coming through here. Okay, and this goes here because that's exactly what I've just explained to you about this process where the fire is really heating up the water. Same thing is happening here. You're going through this process, so I'm placing it there for you. This is just an affirmation of your experience. Then we have the universe here, which is really the world, but they've decided to give it the universe in its token, in its explanation. You've got it in your hands. This is how the universe communicates with you. That's the message for you. We're having the Three of Swords here, healing from heartbreak while being able to endure, experience the Ten of Pentacles. This is your drive, your direction, and where you're going. You're finally being able to recover from that which has broken your heart. Some of you I'm seeing leaving old beliefs, old ideas, old relationships, old elements, and coming out of that and really experiencing the inner part of the independent spirit of the soul. There's healing taking place here. There's the Ten of Pentacles as showing as a reward for what you are seeking to help you on the way. So you could be creating a new business that seems to be building a new successful pathway for you. And this is because of what is within the deeper part of the self, where you are truly experiencing the nature of perhaps an old karmic cycle that you've brought to an end, where it was completely purged away from you as this process, the dissolution, takes place. For others of you, you're going through a process where you have literally had to remove yourself out of a situation, and it could have been with other people in your life, and you have finally broken away and become more successful in your own true self, your own nature. But you could not have done that with the power of the fire, of the Aries frequency that you've desired to have within you, that you know how to work with. So what is really cool about your sign is you have the fish or the water symbol, the fish tail and the goat above, which is the horns. The information comes through the horns into the psyche and is processed through the emotions, the tail, the fish tail. So you have dominance over your mind and your emotions, and that is why you're a stable experience with the fire coming through to you. You have all four elements of within inside of you. Capricorn, this was quite an interesting reading for you. I hope this has given you some guidance and some information. This was the Arcana Veil. Until next time.